Guinea worm is an ancient parasite. It causes a terrible disease. It involves 2 to 3 foot long worms about the width of a strand of spaghetti coming out directly through the skin. And because they're so long and emerge so slowly, it takes an average of several weeks and sometimes as long as 2 to 3 months for these worms to come out of people's bodies. This is a very painful process.
Know the truth. Share the truth. Act on the truth. The truth sometimes pushes leaders to address problems they otherwise overlook. A striking example of this comes from the problem of Guinea worm, a disease in which the larvae of parasite worms are ingested from contaminated drinking water. But Guinea worm's social and economic impact extended far beyond just those persons who were infected. Where Guinea worm is more common, the negative effects on farming caused incredible financial losses for families and villages. In some villages where infection rates were high, more than 60% of children missed school. Some children were disabled by infection. Other children needed to work in place of a disabled family member. In 1989, Nigerian President Babangida was shocked to see that more than 650,000 Nigerian people had Guinea worm at one point in time. He had never imagined that the situation was so severe. The information pushed him to do something about the problem. Often, when we see the truth clearly, we are compelled to act. Dr. Donald Hopkins is a former assistant professor of tropical public health at Harvard School of Public Health and was deputy and acting director of the CDC. As director of all health programs at the Carter Center, he led their efforts to eradicate Guinea worm disease and river blindness worldwide. Hello, Dr. Hopkins.
Hello, Zainab.
So this idea of revealing the truth, of knowing the truth, changed everything?
A big challenge in most countries was that because Guinea worm disease crippled people, and because people knew that there was no treatment to be given for it, they had no motivation to visit health centers. And so people suffered in their own villages. A result of that was that the disease was terribly underreported. For example, in Nigeria, the country was reporting 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 cases of Guinea worm disease a year to the World Health Organization. But when we helped Nigeria to do a village-by-village search for cases, they counted over 650,000 cases of Guinea worm disease. That was a shocker. And as important as the large number was for people to see the distribution of the disease.
Please tell me more about that.
We actually published in newspapers maps showing the distribution of Guinea worm disease. That got the different states and local government areas competing with one another, but it also helped the entire country to pull together to realize that this was a national problem. It was not just a problem in one area of the country or another, but for the program, it also helped create political pressure, because Guinea worm disease generally does not kill people. It makes them miserable. It harms their agricultural productivity, their children's ability to go to school and things like that, but it doesn't kill people. And so for that reason, in addition to the fact that it was underreported and in rural areas, made it difficult to motivate a minister of health who is worried about people dying of malaria, dying of this and that, to take action against this disease. But by publicizing the numbers and the suffering, we were able to help make that happen.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Zainab.